Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about the topic, it's only you. It's a very critical topic. If you get this, you will get manifesting. It's one of the most elusive topics, hard to understand at first, but once grasped, so simple that manifestation comes so easy. All of your desires will just pour into your lap, essentially. So that's what I want to go over now. Before we begin, hit the like button. It allows people who wouldn't normally be able to see this content to see it. Hit the subscribe button now. Hit the bell icon now. Just to kind of stay tuned for laser focused, deliberate, systematic method, broken down step by step on how to manifest anything that you want. So let's just jump right into it then. I said the premise is that there is only you. Now, what does that mean and why is it important? Well, I'll lead you directly into it then. I'll give you a spoiler. There is no one to change in this world but ourselves. And so what that means is when we are trying to manifest a specific person, when we're trying to manifest a specific person to take a specific action, when someone's treating us poorly, when we want a raise at work, or we want that free cup of coffee, we are not to try to influence another individual because there really only is one, and that one is your true self. So the I of man is you. The formula, just to be clear, right? So I'll talk about the formula and then I'll extrapolate and explain to you what that even means. So the formula is that the I of man, there's only one I. When I say I am, I'm referring to my inner self. I'm referring to the awareness which is aware of me. So, in other words, when I say I am, I'm actually saying I am aware of, right? So keep that in mind. Really, think of that. It's interesting. Every time you say I am, you're actually saying I am aware of being, or I am aware of. So why is that important when it comes to manifesting? Well, that formula, that I that's in me, is the same I that's in you. Now, this is the non-dual teaching of manifestation. This is the most accurate, systematic way to manifest anything, is by taking it back to the non-dual version of these teachings, which essentially is saying that all of us are one. Meaning, the awareness which is aware of me is the awareness which is aware of you. And a way to prove that is by essentially saying, think now for one moment. Just take a moment. And I do this experiment sometimes, and I think it's very important for you to follow along with me. But think of this. Who are you? Right? So when you say I am Joseph Alai, or I am Jane, or I am Mary, what we're really saying is I am aware of the body Joseph Alai and the thoughts of Joseph Alai. So we identify with the thoughts and the body of Joseph Alai. You identify with the thoughts and the body of you, or the experience also. However, thoughts come and go, right? And there is something that is actually perceiving our thoughts, right? So stop now and think, what are you thinking about? Literally, what are you thinking about? If you are capable of perceiving what you're thinking about, of looking at it, like I was thinking about, I'm a little tired, right? That means that there's a spotlight upon the thought, and that means the thought is actually appearing and disappearing in something. That something is our awareness, and that awareness is I. And that's the same I that's in me as the same I that's in you. I can go on and on. I'm going to do a meditation soon on this experience to prove that you are the awareness. And the awareness in Scripture is called God, right? And so that has a monumental implication to it, which means that you are the operant power of your experience. But that's not the premise of the video, right? That is an important premise altogether of the way that this world is, meaning all of us are one. We are God, and there is only one. But what it really means is, in the premise of this video, or in the concept of this video, is that there is only one, meaning I am never changing anyone. I'm never changing you. I'm never changing another. I am only changing the conception that I have of you in my mind. So that sounds like a very distinct difference, but I can go down the rabbit hole just a little bit more. You if you were standing right in front of me, you would be in my awareness. Meaning, I can only perceive things and experience things which are inside of my awareness. Since I am that awareness, that means you exist within me. You exist within me, right? Now, this is from a premise which is not of the Western world. This is an Eastern world type thing, but nevertheless, it's absolutely true. And manifesting solidly proves it. It puts that seal of approval on it if you can do the proper tests, which you can do at home. So, back to the premise. If I am the awareness which is aware of my experience, and you are within my awareness, meaning I perceive you, or if you were in front of me, you would be within my awareness, then therefore you are inside of me, right? Now, I'm not talking about inside of Joseph Alai, the body. I'm talking about that which is aware of being Joseph Alai, right? And that thing which is aware of being me is aware of being you. So anyway, I can never be inside your perception, right? You are always inside my perception, or I am always inside your perception, but I can't experience that. Now, I know this sounds a little bit complex, but it proves in the testing. So why this is important is that I don't have to change you, right? You technically don't really have any operational power outside of my experience or my awareness. In fact, if you're not in my awareness, you don't even exist, so to speak. So what I do is I imagine you taking a specific action, and you will become or conform to that person. So I'm not trying to influence you, because you are only me pushed out, right? Instead, I change the perception of you in my mind, and you become that perception. You become that person. Now, this is a mind-blowing thing, right? Because it's not through telekinesis that this happens. I'm not influencing you. It's simply that the image I hold of you in my mind is accepted into the subconscious, and then in a way which to this finite mind is unknowable, will transform you into an individual which will be acting out the part that I have assigned you. So in essence, the director is the imagination. It's just that before we knew how to manifest, we had no idea how to do that. I should never try to influence you, because you are already and always acting on behalf of my imagination. My imagination is consistently, persistently, and continuously impressing upon the subconscious mind, which in turn is in a mystical way refracting out on the screen of space. This screen of space is the three-dimensional world in my awareness. And so again, I never should try to influence you, for that would be futile. For that would be trying to control and manage things from this finite, limited mind, right? But the infinite awareness, which I am impressing the subconscious, let me rephrase that. When I imagine, I impress upon the subconscious is connected directly with awareness. That awareness is your awareness. And so when I feed imaginal acts into awareness, that awareness which is in you will cause you to take actions which are in alignment with my imagination, because there is no two of us. There is only one. My consciousness is your consciousness, but the same consciousness is aware of different focal points, different people. And so in that case, what that means is that I never have to influence anyone, because there really only is one. There is the I, the same I that's in me, the same I that's in you. So if I know how to use my imagination, I can literally get anyone to do anything. But here's the catch. How that objective gets fulfilled is not up to me. How or what actions are taken in order for me to manifest that end result has nothing to do with my plans. And in other words, once again, that means that the bridge of incidents, right? The events which start from the time I imagine and end at the time of fulfillment of the desire is automatically, that's not a good word, is deliberately planned, not by me though, by awareness, which has infinite knowledge, infinite power. And that awareness, just to be clear, is our true self. So there is no one is essentially telling you that you should never try to attempt to influence another human being, because that is force, that is coercion, that doesn't work. We cannot use force to move things in the world. If I use force to lift this light up and put it down, or this fish food, I lifted this up and put this down, but I didn't first in my mind imagine it or know that I was going to do it, then something would happen that would compel me to place it back there, or something would land it back there. And you see this time and time again when people try to use force, right? Persuasion and force, we should never do that. We are not sending thoughts to another individual. That's not how it works. That's a false premise. The correct premise is that we're feeding thoughts to the awareness, this infinite awareness, which is our true self, and that true self influences you, right? But I take no part in that. So this is extremely powerful because it takes off all the pressure. We never have to conjure how this is done. Infinite intelligence, infinite awareness, which is where everything exists within, is consistently rearranging the scenes based on your imaginal acts. Your imaginal acts is consistently feeding the subconscious mind blueprints, which are then executed outward on the screen of space. And so if you utilize this properly, you can literally manifest money, health, wealth, love, happiness, anything at all. You want a girlfriend, you want a wife, you want $1 billion. Never limit yourself, because you are the God of Scripture. You have the power of God. You are God. That is your true self. Anyone that tells you there's a limitation on what's possible doesn't yet know that they are God. Me personally, back in 2011, I had a mystical experience that proved to me that I was God without or beyond a reasonable doubt. And so for me, it's really just my effort to teach you and use it and kind of show to the world how powerful a God in action can actually be. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like that video now, only if you liked it though, of course. Thank you so much for watching. I love that you're watching this. Peace. Subscribe too.